and welcome to St. Louis Park today. I'm your host, Seth Rowe, and as promised, I'll give you a little preview of what you can expect to see in the paper in a couple days in the St. Louis Park Sun-Sailor. Well, on the front page, and these are just black and white little pages I proofed earlier this week. On our front page, we've got a nice photo of graduation that I was able to procure from a fellow by the name of John Jonas. I was at the graduation myself with my little camera, and I looked over at his enormous camera and I says, you know, you just might be able to get a little better shot than I can. So that was very nice of him to send it over for us. Well, big news on the front page here is that 2 council members will not be seeking re-election this fall. And those 2 members are, drum roll please, John Basil and Lauren Paprocki, to together represent the southern section of St. Louis Park. Basil represents the southeastern section, including Excelsior and Grand, and well, lots of different places, but on up to kind of the border there at France Avenue and with Excelsior, and then Paprocki represents an area to the west of that in the southern part of the city. They both said that they would like to spend more time with their family, which is kind of a commonly heard one when people step down in higher office positions, but for them I'm pretty confident that that is indeed the case. Basil said he's got 3 kids, and he'd like to go out and see more of their activities than he can while doing council business and going to neighborhood meetings and so forth. And he's been on the council since 2003, so he's put some time in. And Paprocki has 5 children, 2 of which homeschool, and 1 who is a special education student who attends the public school system. So there are, of course, lots of kids who he said that he said could use probably more advice. He said they're great kids, of course, but you know, he said if they're getting older and if they want advice, he wants to be there for them. So that all makes sense. So those seats will be open this fall. So we'll see who ends up applying or filing rather for those positions and who ends up being on the ballot. We could possibly see a contested race, which we didn't last time, so could be interesting. We'll see. One individual has already announced that she will run for Basil's seat, and that is Ann. Let me make sure I have her name right. Well, it helps by the right page, of course. Ann, I'm going to go with Mavity, or Mavity. And if you're watching, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but she's she will run, and she's has experience as the St. Louis Park Housing Authority Commissioner, board president of the Wayside House nonprofit, and has been a member of the St. Louis Park Community Foundation board. Other news, as I mentioned earlier, is Parktacular is coming the weekend after this one, June 18th through 21st, so starting at Thursday, running through Sunday. And some other big things a little bit further in here. Congressman Keith Ellison attended a council meeting last week and talked about earmarks that he's requested for Highway 7 interchange at Louisiana and Southwest Transitway light rail line that's been proposed that would run in some cases rather parallel to Highway 7 through St. Louis Park, and also a watershed district study, among other things. So those are some of the things you can read about in the paper this week. I could go on, but it's chock full of St. Louis Park goodness for you to check out. Well, in weather today, it's fall-like, my graphics creator, Mr. Michael Hanks, has determined. With the high today at 63 degrees and a low at 52, which is probably warmer than it was last night. I got out my space heater myself and an old quilt. I was cold, and when I went out of my room, it was, I thought, freezing, especially, I got up to 75 in my room, but went outside and boy, it was chilly. I mean, I'm not even talking outside. I just mean going to my dining room. It was freezing. So hopefully it'll start warming up, and it looks like it should, because tomorrow it's supposed to be 70 degrees for a high, which is certainly better, low of 49. And Thursday it's supposed to be that glorious idyllic temperature of 72 degrees. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching St. Louis Park today. Once again, I remain Mr. Seth Benjamin Rowe. Good night.